Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Glenn. I'm a second grade teacher here at Bellevue Elementary. I have your child in my class this year, and I'm so excited to have the kids back in class. It's been so much fun seeing them at school, building relationships with them, and just excited about how the year is going to go. They've been doing an awesome job so far. Just a little bit about myself. I've been teaching for 20 years. I've been in third grade for most of that. And this year I thought it was time for a change, so I moved to second grade. And so I'm excited to see how the year goes with that. I am also a volleyball coach. I coached at Grandview High School and Smoky Hill High School for years. I've been coaching for 22 years. And now I'm coaching at a club up north called the Diff. And so when I'm not here, I'm spending a lot of time coaching volleyball. And then I also I'm a Colorado native and a huge Broncos fan. So I just love being in the mountains, anything in the mountains, being outdoors with my dog and my family. And so I love that. So that's just a little bit about me. I also want to go through and just kind of show you guys what the year is going to look like, what the curriculum kind of looks like in second grade, and what to expect, and some things that you're going to be seeing that can help you help your child do some of the things that we're asking them to do, especially if we end up going remote. So I just want to go through some of those things with you. The things that we're going to be doing throughout the year and what you'll be seeing. So to start off, this is just a little page about me, some of the things I already mentioned. There's a picture of my dog. We took my nephew mountain biking, and he got to join the mountain biking club with my sister and myself, and then a picture of my volleyball team from last year. So this is the schedule. This looks a little bit different from the schedule you were given because this literacy time, or this lunch time right here, we originally were supposed to be at 11:40, but they shifted because we're staggering our lunches to kind of help with not having so many kids in the cafeteria. So that now is 11:35 to 12:15. I also wanted to talk about this snack time down here. Our morning is very long. And so we're really encouraging kids to bring in a snack that can give them a little bit of boost of energy and help them kind of get through the morning. So we're asking them not to bring in things like candy and cookie and high sugary snacks that are going to be hard for them to sustain till lunchtime. So that's just our overall schedule. So some of our curriculum, the literacy curriculum that we're doing, we do a balanced literacy model. So we usually do a mini lesson, a quick mini lesson on a skill we're trying to work, and then the kids are going into independent reading. And then we're usually trying to get them to focus a little more on that mini lesson skill during their independent reading. And while they're doing their independent reading, I will be pulling small groups, flexible groups where I'm just working through different skills that kids need help with. And so they could be pulled into a strategy group, or they can be pulled into a flexible guided reading group. So their groups are kind of mixing just based on the needs of what they need in their reading, what support they need in their reading and guidance. So that'll be happening during that independent reading time. We're using the Spelling Foundations program, and so that is our phonics. And so we're working through phonics daily to kind of help them with those phonics rules. And there is optional homework that we'll be sending home with that will be in a packet that goes home on Monday and then can be returned on Friday. And it's just kind of reiterating what we're doing in class. And then for our writing program, we use the Lucy Calkins writing. And so we go through continuously through the year, we'll be cycling through narrative, informational, and opinion writing. And so we'll be doing different projects and different styles, or different writing projects that they'll be doing in those genres. And then within that, teaching them the different skills with mini lessons throughout the year as well. And then we do have co-teaching going on during our writing time, where we have other teachers, specialists who are coming in and supporting and co-teaching with us and to help support the kids. And then also we really want to help the kids work through public speaking. That's something that's important for them to have, that skill. And so they will be doing some presentation of some of their writing. And so that will be part of that writing as well. And this will be year long. With our math, we're doing the Bridges math program, which a lot of you are probably familiar with. We start off with the number corner section, which is a foundational skills. It's awesome because it really kind of, before we actually teach the skills, it gives them a quick just like introduction where they get to just repetitively work on a skill, and it's they're continually practicing it to where when we teach, we go into more depth in it in the Bridges program. They have a little bit of foundation there, which is really helpful for them. The workplace is part of the program, is where they get to play the games to practice the different skills that we're teaching. Home Connections will be the homework that goes home. That is a weekly thing, so they'll get a packet of homework on Monday, and then it'll be due on Friday, so they can work through it throughout the week. So we're trying to get them to work on their time management too, of not doing all the homework one night. The Bridges program is heavy in problem solving, and I'm going to really be pushing them to, find multiple ways of solving problems and explaining their thinking, not just solving the problems. A lot of the kids will be pretty strong in just solving the problems and getting the answer, but we really want them to go deeper and look at their thinking that they used and being able to explain their thinking to the class and being able to teach to the class what they did. So we do a lot of that. And then learning their math facts is another part of it with the math. In science, we use the FOSS kits for science. So we will have Balance in Motion, which is the first unit we'll be starting this week. We're starting this week. We go through air and weather in the fall also, and then living things in the spring. And then we have had MAL in the past, which was when the high schoolers came down and taught science, but I don't think we're going to be able to use that this year. I think they're still trying to work it out, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. So that's kind of pending. And then our research projects are natural disasters, dinosaurs, and ocean creatures. So we tie in that informational writing and reading into our science there. Social studies, we use the Social Studies Alive program, and we'll be focusing on communities along with map skills, and then looking at health and wellness as well. And this all usually happens in the spring. So we won't have field trips this year because we're not allowed to with all the restrictions. So we'll skip over that. Mountain of Trust. This is a behavior system that I use that I really like because it gives kids the opportunity to understand that they're going to have bad days. And so what they're doing is they're trying to work their way up the mountain. And sometimes they may move down the mountain, but they still have that opportunity to move back up it by the end of the day. So it really allows them to understand that they can make a mistake, but then they can recover from that and still end up having a really good day, even if they had something that happened during the day that caused them to rappel down the mountain. So with the Mountain of Trust, they're kind of moving up and down. Their goal is obviously to get to the peak. And then at the end of the day, we use a banking system to tie in money and try and teach them the money. So they earn money, different amounts of money for where they ended up on the Mountain of Trust. And so peak, they get 10 cents, climbing, they get 5 cents. If they stay at base camp for the day, then they get 3 cents, and then 2 cents for rappelling and 1 cent for trailhead. So hopefully we're not going to have any kids at Trailhead. I haven't had any yet, but if they do end up on Trailhead, that's probably a time where we would end up calling parents just to kind of talk about what happened in the day and problem solve how we can help them. And then at the end of the month, they get to use their money to do some shopping in our school store, in our class store. So it's a Mountain of Trust. So just some other things for you guys to be aware of. I have a classroom wiki. So this wiki is a place where I have all of my resources for kids to use, all of my websites. I wanted to have one place for them. So this is something that would be good for them to bookmark at home. And I did send this to you in our packet that we're going to be sending home for you guys. So in the wiki, it looks like this, and it's just there's a lot of information on here. We use this sidebar a lot with the reading page and the writing page and math page. This is where a lot of kids can get their websites. So when you go into the reading, it shows these are all websites that the kids will be using. So it puts it in one place for them so that they can go to one place and get access to all the websites. So that's useful. There's some games in here. There's some website games under math. I have some research tabs on here that have research information so that they have it all in one place. And then down here is logins. So if you go to the logins, if they can't remember how to get into some of the sites, here are all the logins right here for them to get into those places. So that's just really helpful. Those are kind of the big ones, really helpful for them to be able to get to those websites quickly. And so you guys can definitely use this at home as well, for them to be able to get to websites quickly too. So that's the wiki. Fridge Facts, I'm sending those home in the packet. It just gives you some quick information with my phone number, my email address. If you need to get a hold of me, that will be on the Fridge Facts that you can place on your refrigerator for a quick information on how to contact me. Bathroom behavior, we have our own bathrooms in the mobiles, and so the kids have been doing a great job of using the bathroom at appropriate times where they're not missing out on instruction unless it's an emergency. And so they've been doing a great job with that. Book orders will be sent home, and those are all online orders. So when I send the first book order home, you will get a code. And when you go online to order, you can just put in that code, and it will allow, then you can order everything online, and then you can submit it, and I will send them in, and then the books will come, and it'll be pretty simple. So those will be coming home. For homework, like I said, most of the homework is going to be sent home on Monday in a packet, and it's due on Friday, so they can kind of manage their week on how to work on that. And then if they do not have their homework, then they do walking minutes at recess, 5 walking minutes to owe for that for not having their homework finished. Snack I already talked about. We do a birthday book. So instead of, we're not allowed to do birthday treats, we're not allowed to have anything come into the classroom, any food come into the classroom. So I do a birthday book where I provide a book to every student on their birthday, and then the rest of the class signs it, and we sing to them, and they get to share about themselves and really try and make them feel special there. And then growth mindset. We spend a lot of time in growth mindset. I really firmly believe in this and the importance of building your character, and I do a lot of my volleyball stuff with the kids with the Mark of a Champion. So we have a lot of that in the classroom, like trying to grow these students, not just in their academics, but also in their character, and trying to help them come up with, coping for stressful situations and work on that mental side of things as well as just the academic. And so we do a lot with growth mindset because I really just want kids to come in here and feel safe and feel like confident that they can try things and it's okay to fail. And if they try, then they're learning. And that's what we really want to get them to understand. So we spend a lot of time with doing growth mindset. And then the last thing is classroom donations. We do have the class store. So if you have things to donate that the students can use their money to buy at the end of the month, that would be very helpful. Hand soap, we don't have a lot of hand soap, and so that's another thing that would be helpful if you want to send in a classroom donation. And then if there's other things that we run out of or we need, I can definitely send emails out throughout the year. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is I do have a newsletter that I'll be sending home weekly, and that will go home every Friday in the folders. So every week, every day, they're bringing home their blue folders. Sometimes they don't have anything in them. It's just the calendar shows if they have any homework, it'll be written on that calendar, and then their color will be marked on the calendar to let you know kind of where they ended up for the Mountain of Trust that day, so you could let you know how they did. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much what's going on in our classroom. So it's kind of a different year. I hope I get to meet most of you guys. But if not, I'm excited. I'm excited about how the year's going to go. And if you have questions, email is the best way to get a hold of me. You'll get the quickest response that way. So you can email me. And thanks for watching and listening. And hopefully we'll have a great year.